Good evening everyone, so we're going to be looking at my very own Seiko Prospex Speedtimer. You might have seen me wearing this in other videos. I'm having a little bit of sort of a debate at the moment. I'm not sure whether to have this on a black strap or a white strap as it is at the moment, or go back to a stainless steel. So I'm going to be doing a little review of the actual watch, just for completeness really, with the several different colour straps. I've done the black, I've done the stainless steel, I'm doing the default stainless steel as well, and now I'm doing the white. So the actual Seiko Prospex Speedtimer has a 39mm case diameter with a 13.3mm case thickness. Probably weighs around about 160 grams when it's got that stainless steel bracelet on it, and operates on a quartz movement that's a caliber V192, which is a solar powered quartz, giving you an accuracy of plus or minus 15 seconds per month. So it's got a pretty decent sort of specification behind the actual movement itself. Let's move on to the actual main watch. So it's a solar powered dial. This white dial is a nice polar white style dial with sun ray sort of tinted black, sort of like a very, very dark blue tint to them with a sun ray effect, as you can see. You're not able to see the little tiny tints on there. Sorry, the glass is a little bit grubby. It's just, yeah, I'm doing what I can to work with it. Inside the actual face of the watch, there's no sort of markings inside there, just a plain stainless steel ring inside with fully luminous hands, fully luminous increments. The actual material used in the luminous components there is Lumibright rather than being super luminova. The whole watch is waterproof to 100 meters and uses a curved sapphire glass crystal going over the top of the actual watch. With this watch, you get three main functions. You get obviously you get the chronograph, obviously. You get the date dial, and you also get a charge indicator. So charge indicator, it tells you basically how much charge the battery's got. This usually comes on sort of solar quartz watches. It's important to note that this watch is battery operated, but then solar charges it up as well. So you'll find that it has its own power reserve of probably about 2 years, as like a normal battery does, but it will charge on solar power as well. So you might be able to see that little F and that E down the bottom there on that middle sub dial there. That indicates full and empty charge level. So that gives you a sort of battery level indicator essentially. And this dial converts into a chronograph when you want to use it. So that first sub dial is obviously your seconds. You've got this one, as I just said, is your full and empty charge level, as well as a chronograph second counter, and you've got a 24-hour readout clock on the side here. You also got a date dial between the 4 and 5 p.m. So we're going to operate that chronograph now. Before we do that, we're going to have a little look at the casing. So the casing is a stainless steel casing with a brush finish on top of the actual casing here, with a brush finish on those buttons and the crown itself. I'm not going to go into the crown because obviously I've set the time up for myself. I'm not going to go and reset it again for the sake of the video. Obviously you can see the evidence of the scratching and stuff like that on the side. Let's operate the chronograph. So just press that button in and that converts it in, that middle dial converts to a chronograph seconds counter. This tachymeter, this jet black tachymeter is fixed in place on the outside. That's for your speed counting. If you are ever unsure what a tachymeter does, that's what it's for. You time an object for however long on this scale, and you do a calculation to figure out its speed. The buttons feel quite nice to press. You get sort of a double push. So you get the push for the first push, and then you push it even further to then operate the actual button itself. So push in and then go. It's a nice wind back function on there as well. Over time, this will snap back to the full and empty. You might see that for the duration of the video. I'm not sure how long it takes for it to actually snap back and change. So a nice jet black ring that's got a slight indentation to it, as you can see. Coming down to the strap, obviously this isn't the default strap, but the strap width is 20 millimeters in width. So unbranded strap, I haven't gone for anything fancy with that. And finally, coming around to the back plate, you've got a screw down case back, you can see, with a sun ray effect on the back there. Nice thick case back with some markings, and obviously we've got quick release on the actual main strap parts there. So there we go guys, that's a Seiko Prospex Speedtimer on a white silicone strap.